Here at Amicis Tours, we travel in a Lincoln Navigator, and we chose this car because it is very quiet and very comfortable, and it is essentially a very comfortable pickup with really nice seats because this is farm country. Remember that, wine country is farm country with really nice restaurants. It's very quiet inside, which is helpful because you're going to want to hear the story about the wineries in the region. After all, the wine always tastes better if you know the story that goes behind it. We chose silver for our cars because it is very bright here, and keeping wine cool is difficult if you're driving a black car. So all of our cars are silver. We're set up for 6 passengers inside, 3 along the back, 2 in the center in captain seats, 1 next to the driver, and then of course the driver. All of our drivers are also guides, experienced in the region, who know the stories, understand the wines, and know how to pick the right wines and the right wineries for the clients. Our cars are 4-wheel drive because we go up into a lot of wineries that are up in the mountains, and having that additional stability is really helpful. We find that even on the windiest roads, it makes the car much more comfortable and stable for our clients. A very nice feature is the drop-down step. Remember, these cars are high. They need to be high to get up over the bumps. But the drop-down step makes it much more accessible for people wearing a dress or people who just are not as tall as some others. Very convenient. Like most limousines, we have leather seats, nice carpeting, 2 captain seats in the second row, and in the back row, 3 seats across. It makes it a very comfortable car for 2 up to 6. The large windows and the height of the car make for great views out the window, which is very important in wine country because it is, after all, stunningly beautiful. The captain seats are spacious. We've configured that there's 2 seats in the center section, so that way there's extra leg room for the back row and a little more adult space, you might say, because no one likes feeling trapped in that back row. When you're at the center section, you have your own controls for air conditioning and for your music, as well as a charging station. And of course, cup holders, because there is a lot of water drinking during a wine tour. In fact, the real secret to a good wine tour is how much water you drink. We often describe our cars as traveling living rooms because we pack all of the things that we think our client might need in the course of the day. Of course, there's a big cooler filled with cold water because remember, one of the secrets of a good wine tasting is how much water you drink. You need to stay hydrated. There's also a complete picnic kit with tablecloth and napkins, forks and knives, cutting board, because you're going to have to eat. There's another box which is just filled with a mishmash of different things that we have found clients might need in the course of the day. And for our wintertime wet season, we of course carry plenty of umbrellas. Our car is the extra long Navigator, so we have lots of room for wine. And even with this configuration, we will normally be able to fit 5, 6, 7, 8 cases of wine in this car. It's a very large car and very comfortable, and we find it serves our clients very well. Now that I've shown you the kind of cars that we drive around in, let me explain that Amicis Tours, which is a DBA of Space and Time Designing Incorporated, is licensed by the Public Utilities Commission of California. Our TCP number which is found on all limousines, is 23123. That means that we maintain commercial insurance to protect our clients, that we are drug tested and alcohol tested, that our drivers have to go through special training, and our cars have to go through special safety exams. This is all for the benefit of our clients, and this is something to keep in mind when you're deciding who you want to have drive you around wine country, a place where people routinely drink and drive. So defensive driving is pretty important. So this is Ralph of Amici Tours, wishing you well and hoping that we see you soon in wine country.